Good morning, students. Hello. How are you? Fine? Yes. Here, your computer teacher is back from Pratibha International School. Hope you all are good and doing well at your health. Now, instead of wasting our much more time in our introduction, let us begin with our lesson. That is fourth lesson, more on Microsoft Word 2007. So, this lesson will start now. So this is our word file. Already we studied in the last lecture regarding the superscript and subscript. So have you all gone through superscript and subscript? Have you tried by your own? That is how to upload a how to write a superscript and subscript in your word file. Even the same procedure can will be going through the PowerPoint. Even the same procedure will be applied to the Excel. So whenever you want to add any superscript or subscript, you have to go through the same procedure which we have studied in the last. Like how it is there. Tell me, superscript and subscript are present in the home tab. In the fonts group, here is our superscript and here is a subscript. Okay, even one more thing I want to tell you. For subscript, we can use a shortcut key combination like control plus equal to. So what is the shortcut key combination for subscript? It is control plus equals to. Whereas for superscript, it is control plus shift plus plus. Plus sign it is at the end. So we are going to use superscript shortcut key combination is control shift plus sign. So these all three are going to press it at the time so that we can add the superscript to our notes. Okay, now we are going to move further. The next point we saw in the last lecture is find and replace. So how to go find and replace? You have to go to the home tab. In home tab, you're going to go in the editings group. In editings group, we are having find option. One more thing, students, for find, we have a shortcut key combination as Control plus F. So you are going to press Control and F key together to get the find option. So I'll show you one more time how it is. I'll press Control F. So this is our find menu on our screen. So as we start with the find, you're going to type the word over here. Suppose I am typing as true. True. So this I want to find. So I will find it. So see here, you can check it. The find. Then if I want to find the next option, the find. Again, if I am saying find. Now if I want to replace the same, right, I'll go to the replace option in the same editing group or in the same menu. I'll find the replace option. Then here I'll write the find and I'll replace the true word with the false. Let me show you false. Let us replace that. So I'll say replace. So the current one only will, if I'll say replace, the current one only will get replaced. You can see here. If I'll say replace all, then whatever our replace option is, whatever our replace, or sorry, wherever I'll find the true, everywhere there will be get replaced with the false. So you can see the false, it is here, here and here. I'll just highlight it for you. So here I have replaced the false option, true option with the false. Okay, now let us go for the next point of our lesson is point formatting. So how we have done point formatting. In page formatting, we are going to learn the header and footer. So how to give an header and footer to our to our page. So this is my page. I'm just reducing the size of my page. So for you. So header means what? Header means what? Head. Where is our head? At the top, isn't it? And foot is at the foot means our feet. Okay. So header will come in the at the top and the footer will come at the bottom of our page. So what is header and footer? So header and footer is used to place important information on top and at the bottom of every page respectively. So header and footer buttons are found. So where are these header and footer buttons are found? In the header and footer groups in the insert tab. So where it is found? We have to go in insert tab. So in our insert tab, I'm having header and footer group. So this is my header and footer group where I can add my header and footer. Both the things I can add it from here. So now let us click on the header button. So here is my header button. Let us click on it. So now header. Once I click on header, now how I want that header as. So header, if I want it blank, I want the 3 columns containing the text, then type text, or we can say type the document title, or in the document title plus year, or the document title. So here I have different types of variety of headers I can mention. So edit header. So if I click on edit header, here I am having header. It comes this much length. Now I can increase the header or footer from the left hand side of my page. So this I can increase my size of the header by dragging it with the help of a mouse. Can you see, students? It is there dragging. I am dragging it outside. Suppose I want to mention over here date. So when I am mentioning date, suppose today's date is 21/20. So this is my date. So if I want to go outside of my header, I just want to click over the document where I have written. Now once the header is present, the same header will be available in my next page. Let me show you the next page. So see here, student, this is my next page. Once I have added header or footer into my Word file, the same will be continuing in the all the pages. Now footer. Now let us add the footer into our page. So this is my first page. Now I want to add the footer into my page. So how to add my footer? So let me show you. This is my bottom of my first page. Now I want to go to insert, and in insert I'll go to footer. So in footer also I'm having so many other options like text, then type the text also, page number also. Suppose I just want the annual, that is page number. Then if I want to add, so once I have written here page number, I just want page number. So I'll select the annual. So my first page is in the footer is page number 1. So let us go exit it from it. See here. Here it is my page number 1. So the same is being continued in my second page. So let me show you where is my second page. Can you see? This is my second number page. So if I'm writing so many things in my Word, it takes 4 to 5 pages. So once I have added the header and footer in my Word file, the same page number will be continued to the till I finish all my documents into my Word. Understood, students? How to add the header and footer into our pages? Okay. Now, if I want to do the settings of my header and footer, so I'll just go to Insert tab, and Insert tab I'll go to the Edit option, Edit header and footer. Now, once I have clicked on Edit header and footer, then here in the position I can increase from the top the place where I want to add it. I can even decrease from the top. Even I can add footer from the bottom. I can reduce the footer from the top. Understood, students? How to do the editing? I'll show you header and footer both the places. Now, suppose this is my header. If I want to add the footer size, or I can increase the footer width, I can increase it. And even header, I want to increase it from the top. See here. So this way I can increase my footer size and header size. If I want to reduce it, I'll use the downside arrow, which will reduce my footer and even footer also and header also. The same way I'll do the header and footer. Understood, students, how to add header and footer and how to do the adjustment of it? Now suppose I don't want header and footer. I want to close it. So next to my position group, I'm having the closing option as header and footer to be closed. So I'll just click on it. My header and footer just editing will get finished and I'll close it. I can close all the header and footer option. Okay. Now suppose I don't want this header and footer. So what I'll do? I'll go to insert option. In insert option I have header. Now I want to remove the header. So at the bottom I am having the option as remove header footer. So there is my remove option. So I'll just click on remove option. My header will get removed. Even for the footer is the same. So if I'll say where is my footer, let us check where is my footer. See here, here is my footer. Now I want to remove the footer. I'll just go and click on the footer option and I'll say remove footer. So everywhere, wherever my footer is present, that will get removed. Understood, students? Now, next point of our lesson is inserting a column break and the inserting a column break using column button. So how to add the column break into our page? So when you type a document, it is displayed on the screen in a single column style or in a paragraph style. So if you wish to format the document in a newspaper style or display it in an interesting new look, the Word enables you to create 2 or more columns in a document. So now this is my first column. Now suppose I want to do the same document in the form of a 2 columns. So how we will do that? Let me show you how I'll do that. So let us learn how to do the column break. So how for making our page attractive, we'll go to the which tab? Let us go to the page layout tab. Now where is my page layout tab? So can you see? Here is my page layout tab. So let me show you where is my page layout tab. So this is my home tab. So this is my page layout tab. Can you see, students? This is my page layout tab. Now in this page layout tab, let me click on page layout tab. After that, we'll go to the columns break. So where is that columns button? So my columns button is present over here. So this is my columns columns button. Let us click on my columns button. So as I click on the columns button, I'll have columns as 1, 2, 3, left, right. So these are the columns. So more columns. So how many columns I want and what is the width of my column. So once I click on my column option, so a pop-up menu appears on our screen having containing one or two columns. So let us take as two columns. So let us break into some spacing, width. I'll reduce the width and I'll reduce the uh, spacing of it. So let us say OK. So can you see here I have added one column. So for the second column, how does it looks? So I'll show you how does it looks. Let us copy this filling the blanks again to the next column. So here is my next column. Can you see same thing is being copied but in the two ways. So how it is done? So in most of the newspapers, most of the articles, you can see that our columns has been divided, our layout has been divided into 2 points. So that is first layout is in the first column and the second article is in second column. So this way students, if you want to write an article, if you want to make your uh, word file or using our projects, any of the projects, you can make it attractive by making such kind of changes. Even you can add 3 columns if it is possible for you to make it as 3 columns. See here, three not possible, sorry. So if it is required for you to mention your things in 3 columns, even you can mention it in your 3 columns over here like this. Can you see? So this way you are going to add your columns into your word file. So let me explain to you one more time how to draw the columns or how to insert the column breaks. So for inserting a column break, so what all things you want to see, what all things you are going to do the changes. So first of all, you have to go and click on the page layout. Where is my page layout? My page layout option is over here. So in this page layout, you're going to go and click on the columns button present in the page setting. So in this place, if you are going to go and click on the page setting, then just click on the arrow which is present at the bottom of the column button, or you can go and click on the column also, it is fine. Select the number of columns you want. Suppose you want a column at the left hand side, so then the left hand side column will be present. If you don't want that, then if you want 2 columns, make it 2. So this way it will be visible in both the columns. So understood students how to add a column break, sorry, how to add a columns into your word page. Now let us go for the column breakings. Now how to break the columns? So for breaking the columns, you have to go and click on the option in the present next to the column, that is breaks. So once I click on the breaks, where you want break, so you want to break in the form of a columns. So here you can select the column option. Once you select the column option, here in your page setup, in your margins, you can increase or you can decrease the column over here itself. Suppose you want to do the intending spacing and the intending and spacing. So this is nothing but the intending and the spacing. Spacing means the spacing between the two sentences, and intending means the column spacing. Suppose I am increasing it. See here, this way I am increasing it. Suppose I want to decrease it. Means from the left hand side you will be increasing the columns, and right hand side if I am saying, that will get from the right hand side. Suppose you want spacing. Spacing means what? Between two sentences, if I want to add more spacing. Here you will get the spacing means spacing from the bottom and spacing from the top. Understood, students? So where you want to do the breaks of a column, so next to the columns button we are having breaks option. So here you can add the breaks to your columns. So I'll tell you one more time. Select the text, then click on the columns button. A drop down menu displays on the choices of the columns. Then select the number of columns you would like to insert. Now if you have already added columns to your Word document, then you might have noticed that some of the columns are not as balanced as you would like. So one way to this problem is to add a column break. So it will force the end of the column and move that text to the beginning of a new column. Now for adding a column break, so place the cursor before the text where you want to insert column break. So if I want to insert a column break over here, so what I'll do, I'll place my text cursor over there, then click on the breaks option. Click on the breaks option. Then as you click on the breaks option, a page layout tab and select the column option from the drop down menu. So I'll just click on the columns option in the breakdown menu. So what will happen? The column will get changed from here and the text which is present below the cursor will go into our next column. I'll show you one more time. Suppose I want this true or false in my next column. I have inserted two columns. I want the true or false in the next column. So what I'll do, I'll go and keep my cursor over there. After keeping my cursor over there, I'll just select the option present in the page setup group breaks. In breaks, I'll get certain options. So I want below the cursor, everything should be there in the next column. So just click on the columns option. See, so whatever was present below the cursor, it has come into my next column. Understood, students, how to add the columns break into our Word file? Now let us go for our next point is working with tabs. So working with tabs. So what are tab? Yes, students, anyone knows what is tab? So a great way to draw attention to specific text is to indent it. The most common way to indent the text is to use the tab key. So where is the tab key? Tab key is present on your keyboard. The tab key, that tab key. So the tab key is used to move the cursor at a certain space in a document. By default, the tab stops at set of every 0.5 inches. So suppose now I'll remove the columns from my Word. Now this is my first point. Now A I want. I'm writing A. my name is. Now this my name is, after that I want to mention dash. So that dash I want to mention after 5 to 6 spacing. So I'll just press my tab key. Once I press the tab key, my cursor will move further to the 5 space forward space. So 5 space forward, it will move. So as I use the 5 space, then I can write it over there as my name is Rasika. So I'll underline it. I'll go to home tab and underline it. So this is the way we are going to use it in our tab key. We are going to use it in our Word document, or we can say while preparing the Word. So understood, students, what all things we saw today? So today we just revised the few things which we have learned in the previous video, that is subscript, superscript, then how to find the text and replace it, and newly we saw page formatting, that is creating a header and footer, and how to do the settings into our header and footer. Then we saw columns, how to add the columns into our document. In that document, how to break the columns. Okay, now what is the use of a tab key? So these things we saw today in the today's video. So in the next video we'll be continuing the same lesson. That's it for the day. Have a good day ahead.